All right, guys, I'm back. It's Wednesday, April 23rd, and I got my favorite hot batter matchups coming up. But before we do, let's recap yesterday. Bang, there you go. Another one. You got to love it, man. Stephen Kwan, your first at bat, knocked a little single. Then he's like, I'll do it again. Why not? And then Tatis, oh, jeez, man. You waited for the last friggin' at bat, but you got it done with a little single. It's all we needed. Cash this little minus 119 parlay. All right, first matchup, Manny Machado versus Reese Olson. You can see Olson's pitch arsenal in the middle of the screen right there. The balls he throws, the percent by which he throws them, and he favors his sinker about 46% of the time. And Machado against the sinker this year, a solid 375 batting average. That's on 8 at-bats, 3 hits. The next pitch, the slider, about 28% of the time. Reese Olson throws that one. Machado, a 417 batting average against that pitch on 12 at-bats, 5 hits. And then finally, the changeup. Olson, about 21% of the time, he throws that one. Machado, a very small sample size, just 2 at-bats this year. So I went back the last 3 years and just looked at his average spanning across that time frame. A 333 batting average. I love this opportunity here, okay? When you look at Olson's pitch, batting averages given up on his pitches. His number one pitch, again, that sinker. A 300 batting average given up on a pretty decent sample size relative to the young season. 20 at-bats, 6 hits. The slider, he gives that up at a 300 rate also. 10 at-bats, 3 hits. And then the changeup, a 167 batting average, kind of a low sample size there. 6 at-bats, 1 hit. So Machado is hot. He's recorded at least a hit in 17 of his last 20 games. And there's a very small sample size between these two. Machado has seen Olson twice and got 1 hit off of him for a 500 batting average. So I really love the opportunity to target Manny Machado, and I'll put in the pinned comments how I use him in the morning of April 23rd. All right, next matchup, same game versus same pitcher. This time we got Fernando Tatis Jr. We've already talked about Reese Olson's pitch or his batting averages against. All we got to do is check out what Tatis has done against his pitch arsenal. So he may see the sinker about 46% of the time. He's hit this pitch at a 538 batting average this year, 13 at-bats, 7 hits. Moving on, the slider, about 28% of the time you might see it, a 273 batting average on 11 at-bats, 3 hits, and 2 home runs. And then the changeup, about 21% of the time you may see it. Again, Tatis is in the same situation as Machado. He's very small sample size of at-bats against the changeup this year. So I went back 3 years, and he had a 260 batting average versus this pitch. Okay, I'm loving this one right here. Tatis Jr. has at least recorded a hit in 19 of his last 22 games. He's on fire, man, okay? Of which there were 10 multi-hit games. So I'm loving what I'm seeing in this matchup. And there's a small history between these two. 3 at-bats, 1 hit, a 333 batting average, Tatis over Olson. So, again, in the morning, I will put how I'll utilize Tatis Jr. And right now, if you could just hit that like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that already. And let's just be consistent. We've had a really nice season. Just put a W down there, baby, because that's what we're doing. We're winning, okay? So also, I just wanted to say there's a link to a free Discord in the description of this video. There's a bunch of stuff going on down there, baseball related, NBA related. So give that a look. All right, so now it's time for the other good batter matchups. As always, we weed out the sub 300 batting averages, and then we take away, the useless players, the ones that don't do us any good if you haven't been hitting recently. We want hot players, so that's all that's left on the screen right here is hot players. So let's get right to it. Nick Castellanos versus Peterson, 11 at-bats, 5 hits, a 417 batting average. Castellanos, at least a hit in 6 of his last 8 games. Staying in that same game versus same pitcher, this one, Alec Bohm, 12 at-bats, 5 hits, a home run, a 417 batting average. Bohm is on an 8-game hitting streak. He's hot right now. Then you got Paul Goldschmidt versus Ortiz, 7 at-bats, 5 hits, a 714 batting average. Goldschmidt is on fire. At least a hit in 15 of his last 17 games. Austin Riley versus Miles Michaelis, 12 at-bats, 4 hits, a home run, a 333 batting average. Riley, at least a hit in 11 of 13 games. He's on fire. Same game, same pitcher this time. Matt Olson, 12 at-bats, 4 hits, 2 home runs off Michaelis, a 333 batting average. And Olson's hot. Recorded at least a hit in 9 of 10 games. Marcell Ozuna versus Michaelis, 10 at-bats, 3 hits, a home run, a 300 batting average, where Ozuna has at least recorded a hit in 8 of 10 games. Bryce Harper versus Peterson, 8 at-bats, 3 hits, a 375 batting average, of which Harper has at least 8 of 10 games with a hit. Brent Rooker versus Kumar Rocker, 3 at-bats, 2 hits, a 667 batting average. Rooker's hot, at least a hit in 8 of his last 10 games. Jacob Wilson versus Kumar Rocker, 2 at-bats, 2 hits, batting 1,000. Okay, this guy's on fire, baby. He's recorded a hit, at least a hit in 20 of 21 games this season, probably the hottest batter out there, unless there's one guy that I don't know that's perfect on the season. But moving on, Jeremy Pena versus Francis, 4 at-bats, 2 hits, a home run, a 500 batting average. Pena, surprise, 12 of 12 games with a hit, 12-game hitting streak. Terang versus Webb, 6 at-bats, 2 hits, a 333 batting average. Terang, man, 20 of 23 games with at least a hit this year. And then Corbin Carroll versus Bradley, 3 at-bats, 2 hits, a home run, a 667 batting average. Corbin Carroll's hot. Recorded a hit in at least 12 of 13 games. So there are the other opportunities for you to look at, dig a little deeper, to potentially use. So I also want to say I'll have a video coming out after this one on my channel where I do home runs, and we've been on fire over there with home run plays. It's been absolutely amazing. So, there's got to be at least 6, 7, 8, if not more players that I'm looking at that I potentially could play. And I might actually play all 8 of them. I don't know yet. They're just, I can't thin it out. I can't weed it out any further. They're just all great opportunities. And, so that video is going to definitely be action-packed, jam-packed with information, and try to have a bunch of fun. I'm waiting on 4 home run plays. I'm taping this video well earlier than most of these players are even, up to bat for their first at-bat for these home run plays. So we'll see how that goes. But, wow, am I excited about the opportunity for today. So. All right, in closing, let's just say Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado, they're probably going to make the home run video if you go check that out, along with some other players. I actually love the opportunity right here. So this is kind of how I set the table, so to speak. You can see Tatis Jr., and he's 20 hard hits in the last 11 games. You can see those 2 under his name right there were his game on April 22nd. He had 2 hard hits with not the right launch angle, so not going to be a home run. But if you look in the last 10 games right there on the farmost right side of the screen with those green arrows, those are all the home runs he had. And more recently, there was 3 batted ball events that are underlined right there that have a exit velocity of 95 miles per hour or higher, which is a hard hit, which is half of the equation when it comes to hitting a home run. The other part of the equation is the proper launch angle. And those launch angles were really close. Just want to say, like, any one of those 3 that are underlined right there could have been a home run. So I just wanted to kind of showcase how hot Tatis is. And like I said, we get into, the pitcher and all that stuff to try to find a complementary piece that can hopefully allow Tatis to have the great opportunity to hit a home run, just like I do with all the other players over there. So we'll leave it right there. I figured I'd just touch base with that because we already talked about these 2, Tatis and Machado, so I might as well just go forth and say I love them so much that I'm probably going to play them for a home run. All right, that's about it. I just want to say I absolutely love every single one of you, and I'll just talk to you guys tomorrow.